Rock. What's great, y'all? I'm Henry Rock Johnson, and you are now tuned in to Roc Radio. Today, I got my brother and my co-host with me, Thrizz13. Don't forget the 1-3. And today, we're talking about another smoldering hot topic. Actually, it's boiling hot. The Super Bowl performance. Kendrick Lamar, deciphering it, uncoding the matrix for everybody. Okay, now I get it more like,
What's that? What you get?
you know what I'm saying? He told him to tighten up, then he did to be humble.
But my OG from the Pink Line, Richard,
Yeah.
he was just like trying out in halftime shows for NFL, NBA, all of that for all of them. You don't get on the stage like the Super Bowl and your sound doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Your sound isn't clear. It was like there's so much money involved with the Super Bowl that they have backing tracks. It's a time that you move on. And so when he was just like, it's no mistake that you couldn't hear him like that or whatever. Like
What?
he was just like, you don't. He was like, I've done half. He was like, I've done.
Look no further than busy.com. Right now, we'll complete your.
I've done.
So
that.
they did. So he did it on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. As far as like, you can hear him, but come on, bro. You can hear it, but that shit should be.
Yeah, he ain't got no backing track.
And even if it was, what I'm saying is like, it should be more of his lead, more of him. I'm hearing more stuff than him. You know what I'm saying? Like the music is drowning him out.
Yeah.
So this is what he had on the streets.
They said that was manufactured. It do sound like manufacturing noise. Did you see some of the videos of people there?
We said manufacturing noise.
Manufactured crowd noise.
Oh, really?
Like it was people in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, and they weren't feeling it. And that do make sense because if it was like you would hear the crowd more involved with his music.
I want to perform their favorite song, but she loved the soup. What song? Maybe I think about it. You know what? Slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this up.
Like, listen to the crowd, you know what I'm saying? It don't sound like a concert. It's supposed to sound.
Don't they allow some people to come on the field to view the show? Or am I tripping?
No, you're not tripping.
He all in red and he in the blue. All right.
That's all that crowd noise sound manufactured.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Comfort hate those that feel entitled. Look at me crazy cause I ain't invite you. I don't even like you. Winning on my mama. That's what America wants. Almost there. Mess this. Oh no. Get it on the floor. Music. But you can't fake it.
So let's take that. Listen what he said.
Oh no. Get it on the floor. Music.
So out of all of that, I'm still beating the dead horse. But that particular point, he was like, all right, it's bigger than the music.
Right.
It's bigger than the music, and I'm tripping, I'm sliding through the back. It's a cultural divide. So I hear that, because that's not in the beginning of the song, is it?
No.
So he's like, it's a cultural divide. 40 acres in the mule is bigger than the music. You can't rig the game. Is really influence or something like
You
that.
can't fake influence.
You can't rig the game. You can't fake influence.
What was your thoughts on your initial reaction to Kendrick Lamar's performance?
I definitely wanted to see more artists. I thought I was looking forward to it. I didn't know that he was going to just perform all of his songs. That's a first. What else? The audio, it wasn't the best. It was going in and out sometimes. I wasn't hearing some of the things he was saying. It's like the music was overpowering him. I noticed that he didn't have a backing track, but I think it's kind of impressive if he didn't and he stayed exactly on time. But knowing situations like that with a lot of money into him, it's serious about how much time is being used because it has so much advertising dollars into it too.
So before we get to the sonics of it, let's break down his intent compared to the reaction, because it went over a lot of people's heads, and I ain't gonna lie, same thing for me. It was I'm kinda like you. I'm expecting more artists. I'm expecting him to bring out TDE artists. I knew that he was gonna do Not Like Us and whatnot, but just the way he had the stage set up with the American flag and Sam Jackson as Uncle Sam and stuff like that, it was a lot of areas, especially the internet reaction was crazy, because I actually got roasted on the internet because I said it was me. I'm like, it's okay. I couldn't hear him half the time. That's what kind of turned me off at first. But then it was just so much going on. Super Bowl halftime show to me has always been about entertainment. So for somebody to come with like a diss song as the main jewel, and for him to try to squeeze something serious, but I know that he's going to perform this diss song where he's talking about everybody. The whole woke community was, up in arms about that this week. You know what I'm saying, you have to get, it was so much, like, you remember when people first started talking about the Illuminati and stuff like that, it was like that type of vibe, man.
Oh, so they getting that deep into it. On the end, like, hold on. On the end, Kendrick was on that side now, or are you just
I wouldn't even say, I'm just saying the initial reaction, you know what I'm saying?
So, okay, let's not forget our previous episode when we talked about this particular diss going on. I said that it was different. It was not just about Drake. I was saying that it was a little bigger than that. Do you recall that?
Yes, definitely.
Now, I also recall you said Kendrick might win a Grammy for Not Like Us.
And he won 5 of them. And he won 5 of them.
Shout out to you. You got to pull up that clip. But that's the thing. It is his Grammy award-winning song. So did that make it justifiable to actually perform it?
And that's what I'm saying. If the woke movement is about bringing awareness and unifying something that's divided, then why was a lot of the comments based toward, oh, if you ain't get it, you just don't get it, you the problem? That's causing more separation, right?
That is a divisive statement, for sure. It's a divisive statement, I'll give you that. However, sometimes that could trigger somebody to a person that really wants to understand, they will. I even had an older gentleman who's from the 60s, born in the 50s and the 60s, and he's like, well, he's 70 years old or whatever. He's like, oh man, I don't really understand. I was trying to understand what's going on with the culture. Everybody my age was shocked to see Uncle Samuel Jackson, who's just this black guy, and he's been all these commercials and everything, and he comes out as Uncle Sam. Because it could be a middle finger to the white community in a sense, because Uncle Sam is a staple.
Right.
He said that and the bald eagle. He was like, my generation, we may not know, but if that information is passed down, he's like, the bald eagle and Uncle Sam are 2 of America's staples. And we had Uncle Samuel Jackson in that particular space.
So let me ask you this. Is it up to Kendrick to make it digestible for everybody, or is it up to us? Because at the end of the day, this is art, right? Art is subjective. And everybody else has their own take on it. So is it up to him to make it digestible for us, or is it up to us to just get it?
Well, I think it's more of he is to be the vessel and the vehicle. He's supposed to express himself as he sees fit. He's supposed to get his point across subtly. He was very direct with some of the things that he said regarding Drake. And let's even go back, because when I ran it back and I actually looked at what he said in the beginning of his set and right before Not Like Us, I think those are two pivotal points. They're two big points that you should look at and decipher what he was saying. He was talking about having a platform at the beginning, but then right before Not Like Us, he's like, it's a cultural divide. And then he's talking about, is 40 acres and a mule is bigger than the music. And then he goes, and what's the other thing that he says?
You can't fake influence.
Yeah, you can't fake influence. You can't rig it. You can't rig the game. You can't fake influence.
So when I think of that, that's a powerful statement, because I'm questioning how much influence does he really have. When I'm thinking somebody saying something like that, I'm thinking of like Tupac or Michael Jackson. To me, that's like influence. You're influencing people of all races and nations and creeds, whatever, and bring them together as one. Mm-hmm. That's really influence to me. But with the divide between, I guess we'll call it the woke and the sleep. You know what I'm saying? Where does influence fit in with that?
Well, my thing is, I feel like Kendrick automatically has a fan base that is woke because of the intelligence that he displays on his tracks. So automatically, just from his intellectual capacity and the way he's able to put words and speak, and how he's pro-black, he's somewhat of an activist, and he speaks on certain problems that occur in our neighborhoods in a certain way and gives those perspectives, and he relates. That's where he has that influence for those people. But everybody that is a part of Kendrick's fan base, I don't feel like is woke though. Like, he has the people that just like the way he raps.
So now what this makes me think of, Kendrick's fan base is woke, right? So I'm thinking, when I saw like how the initial reaction, that made me think of Beyonce and the Beehive, Taylor Swift and the Swifties. Like, just set the bar for like diehards. Have to be a certain level of woke, I guess. To me, it's really about being conscious, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. Because woke is really more, to me, like restating the problem. So everything that he mentioned, he stated the problem, but they've been doing that for years, like putting out slavery movies and stuff like that. What's the solution? Now, like, how do we move forward? Okay, these days it's a problem. America is divided. But if you're supposed to be influential, you're supposed to influence us with solutions as well.
And I think you, at that point, because it's like, those are even things that you and I discuss, right? It's a culture. We're excellent at pontificating upon the problem. We're excellent at getting up on stage and getting everybody riled up about talking about what's wrong, getting everybody to agree with us. Yeah, but it's never the solution. It's just like we leave on the high of the dysfunction, and it's like to be okay.
And further perpetuates it.
And I would say, looking back over the performance, I'm like, to him for not performing without a backing track, but the sound, which is something he probably could control, the sound should have been better. And definitely. I don't feel like he should have used all that time to, I feel like he could have brought out some other people. I don't know if it was political. I really wish that we could have gotten him to bring out Lil Wayne, but I guess whatever he had going on with Drake may have got into that political.
Yeah, I think that definitely did.
I mean, New Orleans, bro, New Orleans got bangers, bro.
I'm talking about, it's like one of heart and soul cities when it comes to
music
of all time, though. I mean, we taking it back to like the jazz stuff that came out of there before.
I think there was a whole lot of, especially with where we are with Jay-Z having hands and say on the stuff. I'm like, again, like, I don't know if it's like political, where you definitely have included like the band's New Orleans culture into that. I feel like New Orleans as a city too, it's after Katrina, like bringing something like the Super Bowl and giving them an opportunity to shine, showing some of that culture. It creates a market. It gives like life to the market of New Orleans.
Definitely.
As a sports city in general. You're able to bring more revenue back to that place and kind of revive it. But you just did everything about you, and then I get you. He kind of made these points about he alluded to some American culture, like I even said before. Not like this. He alluded to those things, but it's just like, all right, if it's bigger than that, what did you performed? And it's like, okay, did you stop it? We really don't know by stopping Drake, but what else? But what did you really do? But besides that,
And let me tell you this as well. If this was supposed to be anti-system, this is one of the system's biggest platforms. So you don't think that he had to run that set by them first and they allowed him to do that?
that part too, because I think I saw something where it was like DJ Academics leaked Kendrick's set, and then he tried to apologize for leaking his set, which I feel like I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself on that.
Oh no, it's definitely the time and place of it.
I mean, yeah, I don't even. For me, I don't really understand some of his actions as a man.
Indeed,
for real.
Indeed.
So, and not talking down on him, I'm just saying the way he conducts himself. Like, what was even the purpose of doing that? You were hoping that he was gonna do something different, and you would expect somebody to do something different on a stage like that quick. You don't have that opportunity.
So talking about going deeper into beefs and stuff like that, let's talk more about this beef with Drake. So one of my initial reactions is like, okay, you know, you've reached the highest level with this song. You took it from February. So you took this basically to February, okay? It started out, I looked it up.
Oh my goodness.
Like this beef first started up last April. Okay, he wrote it all the way to the Grammys, won 5 Grammys, and performed it at the Super Bowl. Now my question is for him is like, what's next? Like you go to Coachella, perform Not Like Us? Like how much longer can he ride before that starts to hurt his career?
Well, I think with how we have with our generation right now, which is more like microwave content. A lot of things are on the phone. We're consuming it very quickly. Like the Not Like Us, the particular hook has been played a lot.
Cause it's huge. So I was out like a couple days ago, and it was like little girls singing Not Like Us. Like that's how huge that song is. What we were taught, if little kids singing your song, that's a hit. But again, it came on the back of Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I like both artists. Let me point that out right now. I'm not on the side of either artist. I'm just pointing out the fact that if you're supposed to be this activist and bringing people together, like you're still dividing people because you're doing it at the expense of somebody else. That's supposed to be your brother in a sense, right?
Yeah. So I know you said April. I know you think it goes back a little bit further into the Control verse. I think it started like when he went out, after everybody, and Drake was like, oh, I didn't really think it was nothing. I saw him and he didn't say nothing to me. Like, it was like, right? So he came back song again. I think Kendrick came back and dissed him on the song again. I make it a point. And I think that was with the Metro Boomin and Future. He was just like, it's just a big three. It's just big me.
It's just big me.
So he let it,
Shout out to J. Cole, because a lot of people like clown him for backing out, but it's just something within his spirit, and he said it's something within his spirit that's not him. Because why?
That's the whole point of that's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of what you addressing. Like who, like I think Rick Ross had came with something. People were trying to come with something, and I feel like I don't know if we spoke on that on the other episode, but I felt like it was just whack for people to try and catch on, try to latch on to that, because that ain't got really nothing to do with you. None of them people can F with Drake for real. I say now Future different, but I'm like out of that, and nobody else could really like mess with Drake. He helped. He was helping a lot of people's careers.
He helped Kendrick's career.
He helped Kendrick's career as well. I'm not sure what happened behind the scenes or what he's done. But obviously what Kendrick is attacking, all of this stuff is exposed. I told you, I said it was bigger than just Drake. I said that record was bigger than just Drake. And I felt like that. Now it's like for litigation to come into play.
That's a whole nother defamation of character.
Right. I think it's different, but it goes back into what you were saying, though, bro. It's really trying to he's trying to end his career. Either it's a play from Universal out of like desperation because the music game ain't what it is, and they trying to hide that, so they need they two heavy hitters on the same label.
Right.
So it's like, what do they need? Their two heavy hitters to go at it and generate some revenue.
That's why I think it
because they're both at the top. They're both at the top
because it's an entertainment factor. Because in other beefs, when it to this point with some type of action, it's some beefs that with the loss of life on one or not only one, but sometimes both parties.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of made me think like how much entertainment is involved, because I'm not sure that a man could just sit there and let a man just drag him through the mud for the whole year and not respond to it. You know what I'm saying? In some type of way, past words.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not like that. He doesn't. He probably has support, but no, he doesn't talk about it. Alludes to it in a very subtle way in his music. And as a Scorpio, I'm here. The elusiveness of how he talk about certain things and being affiliated with Jay Prince, I don't put that like. I don't really take that lightly. It's interesting that you say that.
So Drake and Party Next Door just dropped some sexy songs for you Friday, and it's a song called "Give Me a Hug."
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing about it.
He does very, 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 very subtly talk about it. I don't know if you seen the clip where he came out on stage with the
bullet holes,
with the bullet holes in it. So at this point, it has to be entertainment, dude. Because why would you just subtly like that, and then there ain't really no action taker? I think Kendrick does have some gang ties.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not gonna go out and claim, but like growing up in Cali and
where he from, especially in Compton,
you gotta get traction. You have to have you don't have to, but having gang affiliation or having them back you, just the same like Jay Prince. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like having that backing kind of is an extra boost to getting you out there like that.
Yeah. It can get you out more so. I'm more so the loss of life at the magnitude of where of what's going on. That's a very interesting thing. I'm like, isn't Kendrick a Pulitzer Prize winner?
He is a Pulitzer Prize winner.
Okay, yes. So since he's very intentional about everything that he does. So the minor stuff, I might strike that one. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. Not even gonna go there.
Well, you can go there.
Nah,
you don't. All
this
right.
ain't the play.
So, what do you guys think of this controversial Super Bowl halftime show? Was it a masterpiece? Did it go into your head or did it go over your head? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more Roc Radio. Watch that next video.